I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm not going to explain too much about what I'm doing, except I am decorating my work planner. If you want to go know more details, be sure to watch the first video in the playlist. Playlist is listed below, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm using not too shabby shop stamps for this. And let's see what I want to do. So I think I'm going to have the cloud up here. I'm going to have this here, cloud here, this here, maybe, do a cupcake here, and I'm going to do this right here. Let's see here. I'm not going to do the carousel, I don't think. Like that. Maybe like this instead. Like that. Okay, maybe I'll do this, and maybe like that. All right. Maybe I'll put these other ones later to find out what's happening. Okay, so let me go ahead and put all this stuff down. So, and I'll see if I have to do any kind of masking at all. So yeah, a lot of people will, you know, plan a little bit better and, you know, stamp and then mask and then do their layout. But the layout is the most important thing to me. It's going to hang off the top, but that's okay. I'm okay with that because I'm going to be putting Saturday right there. So I don't want it to infringe too much on what I got going on, which is using the planner. So what I plan on doing is going ahead and stamping these and then doing my stenciling, coloring in my images, and then I'll see if I want to put any other words or anything else. So I'm using an Archer and Olive notebook. This is going to be a planner that I'm using for work. So it's got to be functional. First and foremost, functional. So I'm decorating it. And I cannot use my Copics because my Copics will bleed through. And you might think, little bleed through, no biggie. You will not be happy. Trust me when I tell you, you will not be happy with the bleed through. It is not great. And so I'm not interested in trying to talk myself into doing into letting it bleed through, because you won't be happy. I was not happy. So I'm just putting some color down. I'm using my Zig markers. These do not bleed through. So I'm just going to be doing it on right now. I'm working on the unicorns. I'm working on them together because I'm going to color them relatively the same as much as I can. They're going to be colored the same, I should say. So, and so I'm just coloring a little bit of purple. Okay, so that's a little bit of purple, and now I'm going to move on to a green because I'm going to be just adding a bunch of crazy color to here. And so these are going to be like rainbow unicorns. And so, and I am okay with it looking kind of crazy because in the end it will really look good somehow. Somehow it all comes together in the end, and it's like at the beginning I have no idea what I'm going to do. I just kind of pick out the stencil and I pick out the stamp, and then I just get started, and I literally have no idea how it's going to end up being in the end. In the end, I just go pray for the best. Like, I hope it's not, ugly in the end. And so, all right, so it is crazy. And that is okay. So I'm just putting a bunch of color. And okay, so I've got some cheeks and cheeks, and then I've got some stars. Okay, and then I'm going to take, where is the color? Is this the one? Shadow Mauve. So the Shadow Mauve, I'm going to color the hooves, and then I'm just going to kind of outline it. And I'm actually going to leave the unicorns white, like that. So you can't really see it very well, but it looks very, very cute. Same thing here. And I'm just going to outline and it looks like really good, actually. And I'm going to outline the cloud. And so there's the cloud. And then I'm going to use the yellow for the star. And I don't know if I said the name of this stamp set. I'll tell you in a minute. I think I forgot to say what the name of the stamp set is. It's that. And this star. go. And then I'm going to do the cheeks and the cheeks. Let's see. I'm going to do this cupcake is going to be mostly pink. Mostly. And let's see, I'm going to do this purple, purple here. So I'm nearing the end. I'm going to be doing August off camera, and I'm going to decide whether I want to film the weeklies or do some of the weeklies and maybe film some. I don't know. I haven't really decided because it's definitely a lot of work to do it all on camera, but I might, because I'll just put these all in a specific playlist so people who are interested in seeing the process can do that, and then people who don't want to don't have to spend their time watching it, because it definitely is pretty intensive. So it's definitely a lot of videos. It takes a lot of time. You know, these are all done in real time, and I have just chosen not to like film them and then do a, you know, speed them up and then do a voiceover. It's a lot of work extra because it's already a pretty long video, because the other option would be that I figure a person can do what I do when I don't have time or I don't want to watch every bit of it, is I fast forward it. I jump ahead. So I figure a person can jump ahead and just look at the end if that's what they want to do. Yeah, the coloring is coming along pretty quickly. You know, so I'm just trying to stay within the same color family, and that has made it much faster, I think, to color, because I'm not having to like think too much about the colors that I'm using. They're all like the same colors. Okay. Something about unicorns, I always want to use purple, because I don't really use that much purple. I'm not against purple. Some people are just against purple, but I'm not against it. I just don't use it, you know, a lot. And it's not because I don't like it. It's just doesn't seem to go with my flow. But when I do unicorns, I always want to use purple. I don't know why that is, but and I'm using Zig. I don't know if I mentioned that before, because they don't bleed through like Copics. So for me, I had a purple. I guess I don't have a purple of these markers, but I have a red. So I guess I'll use the red. So these are acrylic markers from Archer and Olive. And I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. So that's red, yellow, and pink. So after this, I'm going to stencil. And I really think that the stencils would kind of really makes it in the end. Oops, I was going to do pink. I wonder if I could do pink over it. It's going to be weird. Let me see. I don't like it. I don't like it. I guess it's yellow and yellow. You're stuck. I was going to do a different color, but I guess it's red and yellow. Okay. Now I'm going to stencil, and I'm using this doodle stencil, which I think is from CC Designs. They have a few stencils, and I have a few of their stencils. So I'm just kind of masking that off. I'm going to try not to doodle on him, her, it, she. I'm not going to try to stencil on my unicorn. So I'm going to know that I want eggplant. It seems kind of dark. I think I want this new purple color, which is called macaron. And it's pretty. So, and it's just this little kind of doodles stamp or stencil. And I've had it forever and I've never used it, so I love that I am giving the opportunity to use a lot of the products that I have that I don't use. So I think, you know, if you're looking for ways to use what you have, and if you're like me and you have like a bazillion cards made, and a lot of mini albums made, this is another way. Now, if you don't plan, obviously this isn't going to work for you either. But I was kind of crafty, but not in the same way in my book journal. But I don't get crafty like this in my everyday journal, because that one I don't do a ton of like you need, you know, if I was going to do it, I would have to pre-plan, and that journal is kind of a free-flowing type of thing. So I don't do a lot of that pre-planning stuff. It just doesn't work out for what I'm needing. So, okay, now let's get this one down. And moving. Get it. I think I need another. It's like sticky too. I don't know why it's sticky. Maybe I used this before and it still has stick from some other time I've used it, because it's very sticky. Let's see if we can get this to go down here. And so I got to remember that I don't need to stencil the whole thing. You know, just need to get, you know, a bit of color down. And I don't want it to be too dark either, because I'm going to write on this. So I need to be able to see. Okay. So I'll do just a little tiny bit right here. All right, so that is good. And that is good. So now, get all this tape off of here. I'm going to stamp my dates. So stamping my dates. And then after this, I'm going to make dinner because the kids are going to be like, where's my dinner? Because I think, oh, I can do this really fast. No such thing. So Sunday and Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Oops, I didn't stamp that very well. That's okay. Thursday. Friday. And Saturday. Saturday. And then we've got notes and tasks. Mainly because that's what's on there. There's also goals, but I don't want to put goals on there. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm going to get my black pen and I'm going to do a quick outlining. So if you want it to really pop off the page, and excuse me if my hand is in the way of you seeing the amazingness of the outlining, but all I do is outline all my the parts I stamped, and it just really pops off the page. So I enjoy doing that, and especially on here where I don't have my MISTI, because you can't use your MISTI on this, where normally I could stamp more than once and get a more crisp image. I can't do that with this. I'm kind of stuck with how it stamps just that first go around. So, and just kind of helping outlining this, and so I see it's just really coming together, and I think it just really makes it pop off the page. Okay, so there's my unicorn, and it just looks really, really good. And to me, it's amazing what the stenciling can do. So, and almost done with that. Okay, I'll do this bottom one first. And almost done. This one went by pretty quick. So there's that one, and then I'm going to do this. So almost done. So I just wanted to completely finish it, except for the, of course, adding my events. And so that's what I'll do too before I film sort of the walkthrough of it. I will put some of the events in there, and then you can kind of see how it's going to look with actual events. And it makes a big difference, in my opinion. It really starts looking more finished, I guess. And sore. And let's see. All right, I'm done. Yay! So this is what the page looks like, and I think it looks so cute. So this was just to remind me of where I was supposed to end my year was here. That was May, so I accidentally do June, and so it's just so cute. Isn't that fun? So I'm excited. And then this is where my weeklies were going to go. This is where I made a mistake, which I'm going to cover up. So, because this is a kind of a funky week because I work only 3 days. So I only have, this particular week is July. And so I work 3 days, the last 3 days of July. And so I'm going to do other things here because I have meetings and things. And this is the first official full week of school. And so I only want 5 days. And so because I don't work on the weekends, I don't do anything there. But I like to have a notes section usually. So this one didn't give me a notes section. It was only 5 days. And so then you can see on this one, I went to 6 boxes because this is more of the, I've decided, I tried those other ones, that this was going to be my, probably my go-to layout for the whole rest of the book is probably going to just be this exact layout. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy Crane Art.